Hola clase, ¿cómo estás? I want to give you, there's going to be a lesson today, but there's going to be a little bit of a review on what we did in the last week or so before Cinco de Mayo, when you were supposed to, eat tacos and dance and that sort of thing. But we were talking about ser to estar. Both mean to be. Both are the words in English is, am, or are. I am, he is, they are, we are. But we focused on two things. We focused on their difference in characteristic versus condition. Now, I gave you that little saying, how you feel, condition, and where you are, that's location. Always use the verb estar. Where you're from and the color of your hair. Where you're from is origin. Color of your hair, that's characteristics. If you're blonde, brunette, then you use the verb ser. Okay? Quick review. Yo soy, tú eres, él es, nosotros somos, ellos son. That is the verb ser. Estar, estoy, estás, está, estamos, están. Okay? And again, we focus on characteristics and conditions. So things like, is he smart? Él es inteligente. Is she beautiful? Or she is beautiful. Ella es bonita. You are very funny. Tú eres muy cómico. Okay, you're talking about their characteristics, personality or physical. Okay? Estar is a condition. ¿Estás bien? Are you okay? ¿Estás bien? Are you well? Yo estoy cansado. I'm tired. Maybe of doing the school not at the school. Nervioso. I'm very nervous about this lesson today. Estoy nervioso. Okay? That is what we talked about. You guys did a good job. Just a quick review of what we did, kind of going back. This is very, very important. When we get back to school in Espanol Dos, we will go over these a bunch, but I wanted to get this kind of, so good job. And then we're going to move on to conjugating in the present, and then we're also going to learn how to do it in the pasado. We are going to be talking a little bit today about one of the last things we're going to focus on, and that is starting to talk about things in complete sentences and making sure we're doing those correctly. And I'll get to the other part in a minute, but I just want to review quickly our conjugations. Now, conjugations is when you take the end of the verb off, the infinitivo, the end of the AR, IR, or ER verb. You take the ending off and you put something back to make it fit. Now, the reason that we do that is it kind of tells us who's doing the action. Now, the other thing it tells us is when they're doing the action. Now, we have been learning the present, el presente. Like if you want to say, bailar is to dance, okay? Bailar is to dance. So if you want to say, I dance, yo bailo con mis amigos, I dance with my friends. You dance with your friends, tú bailas con tus amigos. Or if you want to ask, do you dance with your friends? Bailas con tus amigos? He dances, él baila, nosotros bailamos, ellos bailan. And you guys are pretty good at this. Now we threw stem changers in there, but we kept the ending. This is el presente. I just wanted you to review quickly ER verbs and IR verbs.
It should be ellos comen,
and so those
not
there,
ellos comemos. That was a mistake. Thank you.
Quick review. Okay, we're going to talk about the present tense, and we're going to learn part of the past tense. Okay, if we remember, we're going to look at AR verbs. En el presente, that's present for you non-Spanish speakers. We're going to look at the verb bailar, which is an AR verb. It's regular. It means to dance. Okay, so if you want to say I dance, say yo bailo, tú bailas, él baila, nosotros bailamos, ellos bailan. Okay? Now we're going to talk about how we say, instead of I dance, I danced at the party last night. I danced. Or did you dance? Or did he or she dance? Or they dance? Now obviously, this is just one verb. Okay? And we call this the Pretérito. It's a strange word. It means the past preterite. Okay? So, you're going to learn 5 new endings for a verb. Okay? Be able to say about something that has happened. Okay? Now we again are focusing on AR verbs. We're going to add ir and ser in a little bit, but these are the ones I want you to learn. Okay, so instead of saying I dance, you're going to say I danced. Okay, so in English we add a D to it. I danced, I danced, I danced. You add a D. Now that doesn't work for everyone. We have irregularities, like I sing, I sang, but we're going to talk about that. Okay, so your new endings are going to be yo bailé con acento. Yo bailé. This would help if you say it. Okay, yo bailé. Tú bailaste. In fact, it's bailas with a T on the end. Okay, yo bailé, tú bailaste. The ending is A-S-T-E. Hopefully you can read that. This is where it gets a little tricky. And I was always saying, you got to be careful in the present when you're using, make sure you do them correctly. Because this ending tells us who and when. Okay? So, él or ella bailó. Yeah, it looks like this, doesn't it? Except it has an accent. And you say it, él bailó. Not él bailó, él bailó. So when you're speaking to someone, you understand, you can hear the difference. Ah, bailo en la cafetería. I dance in the cafeteria. Bailó en la cafeteria. Now you say he or she danced. Okay? We get a bonus one. Nosotros. Nosotros. Bailamos. It's the same. So in fact, you don't have to learn anything new. Except you're going to be like, well, hey, hold on. How do I tell the diferencia entre we dance or we danced? Context clues. It really doesn't become a big issue. We figured this out pretty easily. Okay? And the last one is the hardest one to say. By A-R-O-N. Bailaron. Bailaron. Not bailaron. Bailaron. Ellos bailaron. So, practice saying this. Yo bailé, tú bailaste, él bailó. And you can go through ella bailó, usted bailó. Nosotros bailamos, say. Ellos bailaron. And what this is, okay, so if you pick another AR verb that you know, hablar. Yo hablo español. I speak Spanish. Yo hablé el español. I spoke Spanish. Okay? That's another irregular one in English. Okay? A lot of times we just add an ED to words. Okay? Jumped, kicked, danced. But then those become trickier when we use things like spoke, sang, okay, broke. So this is present tense, you already know. Adding this, pretérito is the past. It is the past preterite. Okay? That's a regular, those are regular AR verbs. Excelente. Vamos a hablar del presente, present, pretérito, the past, of two verbs, dos verbos, ir, to go. Now, please do not confuse this IR with all the verbs that end with I. That is not what this is actually its own verb. Like vivir, salir, those are IR verbs. Ir, of course, is an IR verb, but it is a verb on its own. That gets confusing sometimes. It means to go. We use this all the time. How do we conjugate ir? It is yo in the presente. Yo voy. Tú vas. Él, ella, usted va. Nosotros vamos. Ellos van. Okay? And we use that with expressions. We use it in many ways. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Okay, all the time. Now, ser, we just reviewed earlier today, which is yo soy, tú eres, él, es. Nosotros somos. Ellos son. Okay? All right. That is if we are saying I am or you are, he or she is. Now, I'm going to come over here. Okay? Now, if we want to say instead of I go, I went. Did you go or she went? That's the past, okay, of to go, which makes sense. Okay, we say in English, we say, I go to the store today, or I went to the store yesterday. Okay, now, Why we do these two verbs together is, it's beautiful, okay, and terrible at the same time, okay? These two verbs, this one is, instead of I am, you could say he was, okay? The concert is really good. The concert was really good. Now you can imagine we use these words all the time, okay? Now these are completely unique, strange, different, and you have to be able to, okay, conjugate these verbs correctly. So I'm going to just start. And these are a little tricky. Yo fui, tú fuiste. Yeah, I did spell that. F-U-I. Yo fui, tú fuiste. Él, ella, usted fue. Nota. These don't have any accents, and they are not following the rules that I just gave you for AR verbs, which is understandable because they're not AR verbs. But, okay? Nosotros fuimos. Ellos fueron. Yo fui, tú fuiste, él fue, nosotros fuimos, ellos fueron. Okay? That is how you want to say, I went to the store, yo fui a la tienda. Same rules apply for the I'm going to, okay? Yo voy a to yo fui a. Ser means to be, okay? And it is exactly the same way. Yo fui, tú fuiste, él fue, nosotros fuimos, ellos fueron. Okay? Ellos fueron. So, this is going to be a whole new concept. We're going to be able to say things like it was or they were, as opposed to they are or it is. And being able to say I went. Okay, so you have 3 new things to learn. The AR verb endings, haste, o, amos, aron, as well as these 2 verbs. And then I will give you an assignment with them. Okay? Any questions? We will talk. Contact me. Hasta luego.